Hey, I basically decided to do a vlog on the refilming of like Alex and the locations because I think it would be easier to explain it this way rather than on a Word document. Um, as I said before, I basically changed the singer in my music video from Dan to Alex because Alex knows the song much better than Dan, so he can play it better, and it meant that editing was much easier. Um, I basically changed my locations completely for the singing parts because they worked better and they were easier to film in. One of these locations was the woods which I live by. The woods basically it fitted in well with my kind of nature, bright greenery style that I wanted in my music video. We found this kind of like old kind of like place that we could film in him. I basically had him sat on the bench and I did a lot of variety of shots, like close-ups of the guitar that I hadn't done with Dan. Pretty much most of the filming I did that day was included in the final version of the music video because they worked so well. So yeah, they worked so well because I'd planned it much better than I had done originally. The first day of filming didn't go so well because I hadn't planned it that good. Whereas the second day was better, and this time was even better than the first. So because I planned it, I knew what I was doing when I was doing it, and where. The second location I used was a place down Cam River. Basically had him sat on the bridge playing and singing the song, and once again I did like close-ups, medium long shots, just basically all of them. I did more shots than I needed so that I had a wider choice when I was editing, because I found that using only the shots which I thought I'd need, it made the editing process quite hard, because I obviously want a wide variety of shots in my music video. So by doing this, it made it much more open and easier for me to do. Most of the filming I did that day did make it onto the music video because I planned it, so well, basically. And it was easier to sing because he knew what he was singing and all that. Basically, I used the same equipment as I did for the rest of the filming, which was the SLR camera, tripod. I took the reflector with me, but I didn't use it that much because it was quite a bright day anyway, so there wasn't really much need for it. I also took some pictures, my digipack, which I'd need later on, my poster, and I did use a picture I took that day in my digipack, and yeah, so that was quite good. Another thing that I refilmed that day was the locations which I used in the opening sequence. This was because in the opening sequence I basically had this shot and I wanted it to zoom in with the beat of the music, but as I zoomed in more on that one shot it became more pixelated, so it was easier to edit when I refilmed it. Basically what I did was I filmed the shot and then filmed it closer and then got closer to the camera each time, so that helped the editing process there. Although the one thing that made it harder was like I'd put one clip in and then the rest would go out of time, so that took quite a while, quite a lot of patience, but it helped it a lot. I also refilmed some of the locations because some of them didn't look very good or very well with the genre, because like there'd be this shot and it would have like this big like pylon in it or something, so I had to refilm some of them. I also refilmed a bit of the ending which had Zoe in, which was towards the end of the day. I did all the rest in the morning and then Zoe was free in the afternoon, so I went out again in the afternoon because luckily I had like a day off, so. And I refilmed the bit of Zoe because she was walking and in the shot was a pylon again, and it didn't look very good. I refilmed that, and instead I had a basically in the same field, but filmed it in a different kind of like direction. And I had her sat on this kind of wooden thing in the middle of the field. I don't know what it's called, but it looked nice, so I had her sat there, and then I kind of like filmed shots going like that across her face and stuff, and then I refilmed her walking into the distance, which looked much more effective than her walking into like a pylon. So, but yeah, it made the editing process so much easier, and because I'd had the experience of filming earlier on, I knew what to do, how to plan it and stuff, so it was very successful. And I used pretty much all of that in the final version of the music video.